What's up, Vanity babies? What's up, Vanity babies? Okay, I'm back, and my computer's making noise. I'm gonna have to mute that. I'm back at home. I've been spending the last couple of videos kind of trying to get them done while I was at work, because I knew once I got home, lights out. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya, but I'm back at home in my little desk studio area, and so I'm going to be trying, which the lighting is better. I'm pretty sure the sound is better. So hopefully my video quality will be better, and I can get you guys to come on through, like, subscribe, and watch everything. Okay, that's what we're doing. So I am actually going to try and knock out a couple videos today. See what I can get done. But first and foremost, I want to do a review of this latest, the finale of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 17. I got good vibes from it, but still some foolery was going on, so we're going to get into it. Let's just get into it. Let's get into it. So this episode starts out with Marlo going over to Tanya's house. She has the boys. They're back home, as you know from last episode. And the plan is for them to go over to Tanya's house so that the boys can get to spend some time with Ross, Tanya's husband, which I thought was really cool, for him to actually offer himself in that way and to give back to these young men who don't have that type of role model in their lives. A lot of young men are raised without their fathers or any kind of real dominant male influence, and I think this is just a very positive thing that Ross is doing to kind of help these boys and help Marlo, because I want to say this will be the influence that they'll need to kind of get themselves together, to do what they're supposed to do, to get some structure. And as boys, they kind of need that. You need that strong male presence to just to lead them in the right direction. I mean, it's one thing for your mom or your auntie to tell you what to do. You kind of feel like, especially I know probably for a boy, it's a little nerve-wracking, but to have another man who can set the standard, it's a good thing. So the boys are with Ross out back. He's teaching them how to change tires, to change the oil in the car, which, I mean, again, these are things you kind of expect guys to know how to do, but if there's no one there to teach them that or to expose them to it, they don't know. My father, I remember, he was always under the hood of a car, always, growing up. He loved to buy old cars and rebuild them and make them run. He didn't care how they looked as long as they ran. And again, I'm pretty sure he learned this from some men in his life who passed that down to him. But yeah, they're outside with Ross, and Marlo is in the house with Tanya, and they're cooking taco. I'm assuming it's Taco Tuesdays, but they're making tacos. And she informs Tanya that her mother is coming to visit. And they have a short discussion about her mom and her drug abuse and her alcohol abuse, and that they don't have a very close relationship because of those things. And again, we all know that Marlo was in foster care because of her mom and her addictions. So this is just, I'm sitting here listening to it like wondering, how's this going to play out on TV? But because we don't know at this point if she's still in her addiction, if she's recovered, whatever, we don't know. But anyway, during the conversation, Tanya reveals that she's having her IUD removed. So she got to the place where she decided, I'm going to go ahead and have this baby for my husband because he really wants it. And my idea is, the younger you are, that's when you want to have your kids. You want to have them and get that out of the way as a woman, because your body goes through changes later on, and it's not guaranteed that you'll be able to have kids later on. So the younger you are, the more healthy you are. You want to go ahead and get that done. I'm glad to see that she's open to expanding her family and knowing that her husband's going to be a part of it, a part of the process, rather. I think she's more comfortable just having a discussion. Who knows? We'll see. It'll be, if she comes back, it'll be, topics for next season. Okay, so the next scene is Sheree going to the venue of where her fashion show is going to be. And she's still having issues with the fashions. And the producers are coming in with the clips of Dwight. Oh, the fashions, is it Dwight? Dwight or Dwight? Dwight. Oh, the fashion shows with no fashion. How dreadful. You keep saying it. Oh, the fashion show with no fashion. How dreadful. Right? And she says she only has 5 pieces from her designer and that she's still looking to other fashion production houses to produce more of her fashions. And she says that if she can't pull this off this time, she's just going to bury the whole thing. She by Sheree is dead. And that's going to be that. Is it me? Y'all, am I the only one who feels like this is just being drawn out for TV? Would they do that? I don't know. But that's what it kind of seems like. Because I'm thinking you've had enough time to get this stuff planned out. Even though I keep telling you, I don't think she knows buckets about what she's doing. But she has a team now. She has people working for her who should know what they're doing. So I'm not even sure why we're still having this issue. But anyway, moving on. Excuse me. Switch scenes. We're now back with Marlo. She picks up her mom from the airport. And her mom's missing her teeth. She accidentally threw them away. I don't know. It don't make sense, but Marlo paid to have the woman get some veneers or some falsies or whatever, and now she. So you will see her just gumming through the rest of the episode because she don't have no teeth. Anyway, she takes her mom out to a resale shop, and they start shopping. I guess for something her mom's gonna do. I don't know if she's gonna be opening a resale store or. I don't know. I couldn't really tell. She didn't really explain it. She said that it was for a project her mom is working on. And again, I'm not sure if it's because she's going to start trying to do the resale thing or if it's just for her to have some new clothes. Anyway, they sit down and they kind of review some of their trying history, their experiences together. And Mom says that one of the biggest hurts that she experienced from Marlo was when she kicked them out of the house that she had bought her. So apparently Marlo bought a house for her mom, with the caveat that her grandkids will always have a place to go to and stay. So at some point Marlo kicks them all out of the house, finds out that Mom hadn't been there, hadn't been watching the boys. One of the boys, I want to say it was Michael, called Marlo and was like, can you come get us? This is not working. And so she got there. Mom wasn't there running the streets. And people were in the house fighting. People were in the house using drugs and selling drugs. So she put into it and just shut down the whole thing. Kicked them out of the house. It's apparent that this trauma, these things, contributed to how Marlo is, to why she has such a huge defense system when it comes to folks and how she talks to people and treats people. It's definitely because of what she went through as a child with her mom. But anyway, we switch scenes and we get to Tanya, and she's on the phone talking about her deal with CVS. Big deal. She's got her products in stores. She's getting, I want to say it was 500 stores, something to that nature. I'm not sure. But it's pretty good. I mean, it's a good deal. Congratulations to Kenya. She's been working on her hair care for a long time. It's an example of how if you're really invested in something, especially with these housewives, and you put everything into one thing and make it work, it can be successful and be fruitful. We've seen so many different housewives start businesses, start product lines, and this, that, and the next, and never really invest everything into it and give it enough time to develop and become something. But congratulations to Kenya. She's now in a CVS near you. Okay. All right, so moving on along. While these ladies are at the CVS groundbreaking, whatever this was, with 5 people, they're talking about, they get to talking about Sheree, and of course here comes the shade, talking about how many pieces she has, 5 instead of the 22 she originally planned for. Here comes Drew giving shade about she ain't paid her bills. That's probably why she ain't got them. And I don't know if I even said this on the last video. I must have. Girl, pay your bills. Pay people. This is when you don't do right by folks, nobody will want to work with you in the future on any type of project. And you see you can't pay your bills on the little stuff. Then why would I fool with you on the big stuff? Just my thoughts. So we're moving on. The next scene is with Kandi and her mom. They go out to eat, and she shares news about the kids' activities. You know, Blaze is the little character. Forget the little boy's name. He's doing auditions. And then the conversation moves to the fact that she and Todd are planning their trust. And didn't we know it was going to happen? Who's surprised? I'm not. Mama Joyce trying to exclude Todd and his kids. And I'm sitting there like, those are her kids too. And that's her husband. Why are we trying to exclude anybody? She's giving you everything that you want. And I know that as a mom, you feel like that's what I'm supposed to get, but she's made a life with these other people too. They're a part, and they should get a part as well. It's not like Todd has been sitting around the whole marriage not adding anything to it. He adds value to their relationship. And he's fathered 2 of her kids. So if he's going to be in charge, and the whole conversation kind of goes left for me, because I mean her rationale is that don't give him the house, don't give him nothing, because when you gone, he gonna have another woman up in there. And then Kandi kind of kicks in, yes, because when I'm gone, he can't get married again. And what are you saying? What are you talking about? That doesn't make a hill of beans of sense. Why would you not want your husband, who you claim to love, to be able to find love if it's possible? It's not something that you just stumble upon, but if he does fall in love again and wants to get married, it took him a while to marry you, then why would you try to keep him from that? Just for the fact that you don't want him spending any of your money on someone else. When you're dead and gone, you're gone. You're a dead duck. I mean, I can't with y'all. How you gonna dictate what that man do when you gone? Mama Joyce made a point of saying, well, Riley doesn't have a dad, so everything she's ever gotten, she's gotten from you. She's not going to be able to depend on her dad once you're gone. That's true, but she honestly at this point should be able to depend on herself. That's what she should be pushing for that child to do. Of course, you give her what you want to give her. You can spoil her rotten if you want to, but also let her know that it's probably going to come to an end eventually. This is how my mother did me. My mother gave me everything she had. I try to do the same for my daughter. But the caveat is, one day, you're going to have to step up and handle things on your own without expecting anything to be left to you. take that stance in life. Know that it's going to fall on your shoulders. And again, just like with Kenya and the hair care, when you pull yourself into things, into your life, into your not just your dreams or your goals, but what you're passionate about, you can find success. I thought that whole conversation was twisted. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, so it's the day before the fashion show. Sheree arrives at the venue to do a walkthrough. And again, I'm sitting here looking at this venue, looking at the flowers, I'm looking at the decor, and I'm thinking, and again, I said this in the last video, why would you make invitations to something if you weren't sure that you had your fashions, that you had everything set up? You're making invitations before you get everything in place. So that's how I kind of figured this has all been just played out for drama. She knew she was going to have those fashions. She knew that she was going to be able to pull this off. And this was just for ratings, for the drama, so that people could have something to talk about. That's my opinion. Anyway, so she's walking through the space. RHOA is back. RHOA is there organizing, planning, and we're introduced to La Villa. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But anyway, she's the head of a modeling agency that has brought in new models, male and female, for the show. And so I guess she does know what she's doing, Kenya. RHOA done got this thing together. She done found a modeling agency and all that good stuff. So, I mean, again, that whole little situation could have been just for TV. Just to have some drama to talk about. Who knows? But they're still talking about, oh, we only got 5 pieces. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, you're not having this many models walk through, practice, and people doing stuff if you only have 5 fashions. I'm sorry, you don't. Y'all playing us, and whatever. We'll just run with it. And RHOA makes it a comment. I'll just go and fly to wherever they're at and go pick them up. Sheree was like, well, you going to go and finish sewing them? Y'all, this is a false flag. What is that, red herring? Not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Excuse me. So anyway, they're in the midst of talking things through, working things out. Models are walking. And in comes Tyrone, Dusty behind, walking through the door. And it's got a little awkward because it's like, well, did anybody know he was coming? And so they step aside and have a conversation. Y'all, the funniest part of this is her daughter, Kylie, looking at him and was like, who is that? Who that man? Who this is? And the producer was like, that's Tyrone. You don't know your mama boyfriend for the past how many years? Prison Bay? Y'all, I cracked up. I think I laughed out loud at that. She's like, who is that? He's short. Yeah, he's short. He ain't all that cute either. I'm sorry, y'all. I have had some desperate times in my life, but never that desperate, when I'm waiting years for someone in prison who number one, I don't know, he just seems average. But the word on the street is that the reason she was able to get that house was through some of them funds that he had. It's alleged. It's alleged. But it would explain some things. So anyway, they step aside and have a conversation, and Sheree's like, well, are you going to apologize? And he refuses to apologize. And then there's this stupid back and forth argument about how he didn't show up when he was supposed to show up in Philly, and you need to apologize because you made me look stupid. And so she just walks away, and he ends up speaking to Apollo about the whole situation. Apollo is saying, you should have shown up, you should have said something or done something, don't have the woman sitting there looking stupid. And he literally looks at Apollo and said, man, you on the wrong side. You on the wrong side of this. How? He's right. All you had to do was answer the phone. You was probably laid up with somebody else, and that's why you didn't want to come through. But anyway, that's alleged. And so, of course, here are the producers. Apollo gets he gets a little more screen time, and they ask him if he could set the record straight on whether or not he could film while on parole. He would know. And he says, no, that's incorrect. You can film while on parole. And he quotes the whatever, I don't even know what it's called, whatever little law it is and the number and all of that. He says, no, you have a right to be in front of the media, something or other. And puts the end of that conversation. You should have just called or answered the phone when that woman called you and said, hey, let's do this another time. I'm busy. I'm not going to make it or whatever. Anyway, personally, I thought it was a really dumb look for Sheree to sit there and be begging this man for an apology. When he walked through the door, knowing how he treated me, he'd have got kicked out immediately. Take your dusty behind on back to Philly or wherever you came from. You didn't have to come and say, I don't need your support. I'm good. I got it. Goodbye. You're not going to have me in here looking stupid arguing with you. I don't care. No, I don't need that drama. I don't even need that look. It's a dumb look. So we're switch scenes, and Marlo brings her mom to her store. Her mom comes by her store. They try on some clothes, go through some stuff, and it's a cute little look. And then they sit down and there's a flashback. And I hate when they do this sometimes, because there's a scene earlier in this episode where Marlo takes her mom shopping. And I guess during that outing, Marlo calls Kandi and apologizes. It asks her to come to her shop to meet her mom. Why not just show that then instead of now, later on? So we get the note that Kandi's coming to meet her mom at her shop, and so while they're waiting, they're sitting there talking, and Marlo overheard a conversation that her mom had with her sister Crystal, asking if her boyfriend could come, if she thinks she should ask if her boyfriend could come to wherever she's staying. I don't think she's staying at Marlo's house, but she wants to bring her boyfriend with her. And so they begin to argue, and it's like you see an immediate trigger with Marlo about, why do you need to have this man here? You're supposed to be spending time with me, with the kids. And it's obvious that, it's been a precedent in their life, in their relationship, where her mom will put a man before Marlo or a relationship. And so they get into a little back and forth argument about it. And this is right as Kandi you knew it. Kandi walks in, and they're kind of going back and forth. It's awkward. Marlo's getting triggered. She looks like she's about to cry. She gets up and walks away for a second. Oh, I'm going to go get something to drink. I'll be right back. So she just kind of leaves her mom in the room with Kandi by themselves. And it's just kind of like, Kandi's like, hi. Oh, you're Marlo's mom. Nice to meet you. But Marlo comes back in a couple minutes. I'm hoping that it wasn't just editing, that she actually walked her tail back in there, because it was really awkward just to leave Kandi in there alone with your mom, that she don't know this lady, even if y'all having issues. But anyway. And so her assistant comes in with food and drinks, and they sit down and eat and talk about, moms and the difficulties of dealing with your mom and things like that. And then Kandi reveals that she had a therapy session with her mom, and that her mom cussed her out. and that she knows that sometimes it's hard to get along with your mom, that you have issues. But the end of the conversation is crazy because her mom, it ended with her mom saying, no one could ever take me to that place to cuss somebody out. And I'm sitting there looking at her thinking, that's a lie. I don't believe that. She just looked like she might pop off. She looked like she'll pop off. But anyway, next scene, day of the event. Yes, it's finally here. She by Sheree. We got all of the decorations and everything looks fabulous. Excuse me. People start showing up. So Drew is one of the first people there. And she's looking at all the decorations. Oh, everything looks so nice. They have the logo out on the floor. She's like, oh, it was so nice. It's so beautiful. Paid for with my money. AKA, pay your bills, Sheree. Pay your friends and your enemies. Pay your bills. Anyway, they guests start showing up and all kinds of folks. I mean, you got all of Atlanta. I know who's who in Atlanta. You got a lot of the Married to Medicine ladies who show up. And here comes Bob Whitfield, Sheree's ex-husband. I'm like, Lord, why is he here? Well, he's crazy looking. He's still crazy looking. But anyway, he's there acting up. And then here comes Tyrone. It's like, boy, you didn't get that message. I want to say, Sheree called him Lyrone. Here come Lyrone. He walked in the building with 2 bouquets of flowers. Marlo saw him outside and informs the ladies, yeah, Tyrone is here, and the word on the street is he been here a couple of days. Wonder why. But they switched to Tyrone. He goes up to where Sheree is sitting on the phone with someone, I don't really know who. I'm assuming it might be with Dwight, but she's on the phone. And he comes in with the flowers and blah, blah, blah. And and it's so awkward. She doesn't get off the phone right away. She gets off the phone and then it's like, oh, thank you. And she takes these 2 flowers. I think they said they came from Publix, which is a grocery chain. It just looked staged and stupid. And again, why are you walking in here with anything? I don't like you. I don't want you. I don't want to talk to you. Goodbye. So he walks in, gives her the flowers, and he's literally like, as he's giving her the flowers, turning towards the camera so they could get a photo out. Boy, go home. She better than me. I'd have told him in that moment, get out. Why are you here? Why, for come, are you here? Get out. Go. So he leaves, and then comes Dwight, who looks amazing as ever. He doesn't age. He got the little gray going on, but he looks amazing. And he's the one who coined the fashions with no fashions. How dreadful. That little phrase. And however many seasons ago. 14 years ago. Jeez, every time I hear that, 14 years. So then they go back out and show the crowd. More people are coming in. Peter Thomas is there. And people were milling around. I couldn't tell if there was food. People were drinking. Couldn't really tell if there was anything like, excuse me, any hors d'oeuvres or anything that people were munching on. But, of course, here comes production with the tags, 30 minutes late. 30 minutes late, and they flip to Sheree. She doesn't even have her clothes on. She just finished getting her hair done. She ain't got her clothes on. So some other people milling around drinking. 1 hour later, or 1 hour, y'all, 1 hour, I'm ready to go, especially if I haven't eaten. I'm going to turn into candy in a minute. I'm hungry. Why am I sitting here? It doesn't get started till 2 hours late. 2 hours. Dwight is sitting there like, I'm ready to go. I want to go home. It's crazy. But the show finally gets started. Everybody's excited. The models start coming out. The fashions look cute. The models look cute. There was one little boy that came out. He was cute, and Kenya, for whatever reason, decided to get up and stand up. Girl, that little boy don't want you. Girl, if you don't sit down. Sit your silver surfing behind down. But anyway, the show was a success. Apollo modeled as well. He came out, looked nice, did his little thing. Everybody enjoyed the show. At the end of the show, here comes Sheree walking out all crazy. She had this crazy slow walk going on. Don't know what that was about, but maybe they planned it. I don't know. Anyway, so the show was a success. Can we put this to bed now? Can we no longer talk about Sheba Sheree? But now what's her storyline going to be? She ain't got Tyrone. The clothes is done. And I like that the show ended with no fights, no arguments. But now we have to wait and see what the reunion is going to bring for us. Kenya said that in an interview that it's kind of not boring, but tame. I hope not. But I don't want to see them hooping and hollering, arguing back and forth. It's too much. But on a side note, I've been hearing a lot of things about this Sheba Sheree since that episode aired. So of course the show aired. Everybody goes to the website. We saw the designs. We want to get oh, I like that one. I want to get that. Can we go get that? And the website crashes. Then we hear that one of the designers is saying that she haven't paid for the fashion. Girl, if you don't pay your bills, pay your bills. What's the problem? So the website is up now. I checked it earlier today, but you don't see all of the fashion that you saw on the show. And when I tell you the pricing is stupid, it's stupid. It's stupid. I mean, I get that you're trying to say that it's a luxury brand, but not for what you're selling. A hat, $40. A hoodie, $252. T-shirt, $142. And these are not T-shirts that they don't even look like they came from the Gap, y'all. I could run that, make them T-shirts on I got a Cricut. I can make that same T-shirt. She got a T-shirt with a picture of her face on it. It literally just looked like somebody got one of the iron-on things, printed it out and ironed it on a T-shirt. They don't look worth a darn. I hate to even say that, but they don't. And again, some of the athletic wear looks cute, but for $200 or $100 for each piece, top and bottom, yeah, I'll stick with Fabletics. Fabletics be running them 80% off deals, and them twofer. I'll stick with Fabletics, and I'll make my own T-shirts. Cause girl, them things. And then, again, this is allegedly. I haven't seen the pictures, but someone says there's pictures floating around where you could see Sheree in an outfit and see another outfit that looks exactly like it on the Shein website, and that it's cheaper on Shein. Girl, you ripping off Shein? Who ripping off these people? Well, y'all, that's it for this episode. I am going to go and do I'm going to finish this. Click like, subscribe, and come back because I'm going to do a review of the Real Housewives of Potomac first look. This is my favorite franchise, Potomac. So I'm happy it's coming back. And I'm really excited to see what's going on with these ladies. Or what has been going on, because it's always in the past. But anyway, that's it, AT babies. That is all. I'm going on about my business. Until next time, AT loves you, but ain't your mama. AT loves you, but ain't your mama. Peace out.